Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Danny's Toy Box. Been a little bit since I've been on. As folks that follow know, I little bout of food poisoning earlier this week. Just a little misunderstanding on a date of some food. No big deal. I felt like crap for a day or two, but back to normal, or what passes for normal for me. And really hadn't posted anything because after missing that day, and it took me a couple days to get back up to full 100%, or what passes for normal for me. I put that extra energy into work to catch up for the time that I missed the day that I was off. So the last time I worked on this actually was Tuesday. After I was feeling a little bit better, I figured I wasn't able to get any work done. I'll at least get a little something done on this. And it does that every time. I have the beginnings of a third row. Pull back a little bit so you can see there. I have the beginnings of a third row. And I actually started filming this before and started going through the motions of how I did it and didn't like what I did, so I just stopped right there and start over. Because I'm going to do things a little differently tonight. How I've said before, I will, on my videos, I'll show what I've done, the work in progress, but I don't show myself actually working on the stuff. Because it's more of a mental thing for me, where I don't have to worry about focusing on, talking to my audience and explain what I'm doing and all that. But I figured tonight, you know what, I'll switch it up a little bit. And before I go any further, too, Evil Dookie, Heroic Nonsense, Vern Rants, and several others that I can't think of the names right now. Just want to say thank you guys for, the well wishes of getting better. Appreciated it. Food poisoning is no joke. But what I got going on here, I'll scoot in a little bit closer here. Give me just a sec. Okay, scoot in a little bit closer here. All right, there we go. Just using the clamps, and actually right here is where right here is where we're going to be starting to put our glue at this one here, because I moved a few of them and made a mistake on the video, so I stopped and restarted, but I haven't gotten that far. Like I said, I usually like to show what I've done after I've done it, basically because I like to be focused on what I'm doing, what I'm working on, instead of explaining what I'm doing and talking and stuff like that. But I figure, what the hell, let's switch things up a little bit. And now this isn't going to be pretty, and for this stage of the project, it doesn't have to be, as long as what I'm trying to do works, which is to get these wires glued into this thing. Let's see, that's not gonna stretch all that way, so I'm not gonna be able to use too many more of these smaller ones, and that's just all stretched out of shape. Yeah, biggest thing is make sure these are bent enough to where they're pressed against the portal itself, the cardboard, whatever, what have you. Pressed against it, so they're gonna stick properly and stay stuck. And like I said, this doesn't need to be pretty, because it's all going to get repainted anyway. I'm going to start with a base layer of black. And once that's dried, then I'm going to go over it all again with the Dragonfly Glaze, which is the Dragonfly Glaze Multi-Spectrum. So I'm sure you can see in there all the little dots and stuff like that. Those are all lit up points of light. Alright, how far have I got to go? Okay, can't take that one out. Alright, this was the last one for there. And now this guy will go here eventually. Yeah, I like to use, it's like how I joke saying that I'm a collector on a budget. I also, okay, that's as far as we're going to get. I also, get stuff for my scenes, such as this portal, case in point. Like I said, this was basically just the core. Let me back up here a little bit. It was the core piece to nylon banding for packaging up the gears, the railroad parts that I work on. And when the banding ran out, just throw the thing away. Well, this time when I saw this one, looked at it and I immediately thought Portal. Now, the reason I bring this up is because yesterday and the day before, I was boxing up gears at work. And I had to use the current bander, or the current reel of this. And now that thing was not a circle, not even close to a circle. It was pretty bent up. And seeing that, I'm thinking to myself, man, am I glad I grabbed the one that I did? Because this one's kept its shape pretty well, and I've had it for a year, 2 years, knowing what I wanted to do with it, but either not having the time or the inclination or both to do it. Now, as far as what I do next, it's pretty low tech. Let's see. All right, here's where we'll start. And it's just a matter of squirting a little bit of Gorilla Glue on it. And yes, this does ruin the paintbrush, but I don't mind because we have lots. And just coating it to that wire. And repeat. Now the trick is not putting too much down in one spot because I don't want to glue these clamps to it. And so far, knock on wood, I haven't. Come close a couple of times. There are a few times where I had to pop them loose and then reset them. But so far it hasn't really stuck. I've been pretty fortunate with that, which is why I knocked on wood. And I have some good news to share with my fellow collectors out there. I have a few new purchases on the way. One will be here tomorrow. One will be here, I think, Friday. And the other one's going to be here around the 17th or the 18th. The first one, the one that I'm going to get tomorrow, I'm finally getting my mainframe figure for G.I. Joe Classified. I haven't had a chance to really go out and look at the stores and anything I haven't had a chance to do that since before Christmas, to tell you the truth. And I've just been keeping my eye out. My wife does a lot of ordering from Walmart.com for groceries and stuff. And I've gotten a few figures from there before. So I figured, what the hell, I'll take a look. Well, they had Mainframe there for $26.99, and I haven't seen them cheaper anywhere else than 35, close to $40. So snatched that up right away. Well, that I ordered today, and that'll come tomorrow. The first one that I ordered was a guy was offering from the Diver 2-pack, G.I. Joe Classified from the old 80s cartoon where it's the Joe Diver and the Cobra Diver. I got the Cobra Diver, and he'll get here next Friday. And then the last one, and I was really happy about this one, I got an offer for the Nightcrawler, the X-Force Nightcrawler for the Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave, the last piece I need for Nemesis. And then my Nemesis will finally be complete. So yeah, it's pretty good purchases. I'll be really happy to get them. And Mainframe, I'll do a review on him when I get him tomorrow, and show him in the his spot in the command center. And there'll be a little bit of moving around for that. But that what you just seen here with this here, that's basically all I'm doing, is giving it a good coating of Gorilla Glue. Now I'm going to let this sit overnight and hope the cats don't climb up here. So I got it over here instead of my work table, which is right behind where I'm sitting, because they can get onto that table from 4 sides. They can only get onto this table, which is longer than my, basically a drafting table, but they can't really get to it from the sides or from the back, just from the front. And with this thing up there, they can get, little stinkers are crawling through it basically, and I'm afraid of them getting glue on their fur. So hopefully they will stay off of this. And that's, that's it right there. That's how I'm getting this thing together. Another row to it. I actually don't think. Yeah, this set of lights is not gonna do a full rotation from front to back, but that's fine because I've got another set just like it, and I can just start it from the other end. Plus I've got a third set of lights which is built differently, but I might just leave that aside for a different project, because I'd like to have these because I'm going to do lights on the inside and outside. I'd like to have it a little bit more uniform, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much all I can do with that right now. But I do have, so I was going through the toy box the other day. I found something in there that I forgot that I had, and I've had them for quite a while. And that would be these guys here. Yeah, I completely forgot that I had these. Now, I got these, came as a set. Had to been 2001, maybe 2002. It was back when I was living in Michigan. And I got it just for the nostalgic sake. I loved Voltron as a kid. And the cool thing about these is they do form Voltron. And it does come with the blazing sword and the star shield. However, I'm not quite sure where they're at. I just figured I would take and share this, a little bit of nostalgia. Let's go Voltron Force. Form, feet, and legs. Oh, I forgot how it went. Wow, that's terrible. It's been how long? It's been since I've done this. Yeah, when I was a kid, I only had, I think it was the blue lion and the red lion for that old die-cast metal one that they had. Remember those? They had one for the lions, and they had one for the vehicle. And that's my buddy. I say my brother. He's been my best friend since high school, but more family than the family I had. Put it that way. Form, arms, and body. He had the whole lion set. And I want to say he had the vehicle set too. Now you've been free, you don't want to go back together. Yeah, this thing is set as Voltron for quite a few years. And I'll form... come on, Voltron, don't tell me you got lockjaw. And I'll form the head. Plus his wings. So, there we go. And the mouths on the blue and the yellow lion open. They do not on the red and green, but as you see, the heads do shoot. Just a cool little nostalgia thing that I found I forgot I had, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. And hey, here's a little pop quiz. Who can tell me the name of the actor? He did the voice for the intro of Voltron and Koran from Planet Eris. He did that. He was a voice actor, and he had that before he made another character, his iconic voice. Let me know anybody who can guess that one. So yeah, the Fall of Voltron. That's where I'm at with the project right now. Who's still got her on the work table? I was actually thinking maybe about doing it a blue variant. I saw that Super 7 for the Baroness where she's in her blue variant before she got burned and got the leather outfit. Maybe doing something like that with, I'm still toying with the idea of doing some blue-green in there for like the scale parts. Maybe a little gold. I'll see. Not sure where I'm going with that yet. But yeah, that's all I've got to share for right now. I do got some ideas in the works for some other videos I want to do, like the stop motion stuff. I might try some of that later on. If I like what I do, I'll take and share that tonight too. Face your audience, Voltron. But yeah, and thanks again everybody who's checking in with me and the well wishes for me getting better. I really appreciate it. And you guys have been putting out some phenomenal stuff. I've been trying to take and keep up to date with what's going on and make sure to put my 2 cents in towards it. So I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday evening. I might go into I think I'm going to go into Toy Box and maybe see about making a little bit of videos, because there's some scenes I want to switch around and I can't do it until I make the videos. Otherwise, I'll just do some shorts of ideas that I have. But, all right, that's all I got for now. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Remember, stay creative and stay kind. Talk to you later.